Welcome back to Combe TV. We're back at the circuit again, and we've hijacked an MPS Motorsport track day, because that means we can speak to a very special guest. He's the outright lap record holder on two wheels, Charlie Nesbitt. Stay tuned. This is going to be cool. So welcome back to Combe TV, and greetings, Charlie Nesbitt. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, hi, you right? Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. It's been a lovely day here at the MPS Motorsport track day. Nice and sunny, riding some bikes, living the dream. What more could you want, eh?
It's all right, isn't it? Although I always think when it's night, because it is a really warm day, isn't it? And I always think it must be a nightmare in leathers. Or is it not bad once you're moving out there?
It's not too bad. Most of these leathers are perforated anyway, so you get quite a lot of airflow through like the legs, the chest, and all of that sort of stuff. So it's not too bad. It's more when you stop, all the heat hits you all at once.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, okay. So you just want to keep going fast, basically. Yeah. Which is kind of the story of your life. Yeah. I mean, we kind of say welcome back to Castle Combe in general, where you are the lap record holder on two wheels. 2024, you did that in, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, 2024. I did that on the Hawk Racing Superbike, the team I was riding for at the time, yeah. Yeah,
which was a wonderful treat for everybody here to actually see you being able to race an actual BSB bike out there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So it's here is so close to Thruxton in the characteristics of the bike and the track and the setup wise. So this was always the North Gloucester round here at Castle Combe was always the weekend before the BSB round at Thruxton. So it was good setup and stuff like that. And, you know, because it's so fast and flowing, you just sort of go to Thruxton. It's like, easy. Yeah. Your mind's already up to speed and you're going from there, really. So, and I love it around here, to be fair.
Is it good on bikes, this circuit, then?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, it's bumpy, it's fast. You know, like there's some technical bits with the two chicanes. Well, the three chicanes even, sorry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got a bit of everything, and it's tricky to go fast.
Well, and I just make sure everyone remembers that, yes, it's the three chicanes here, because we had the Bybrook chicane.
Yes.
Because what was it? You guys between Bobbies chicane and Camp, you're back up to full chat by then. And so it was like, right, we needed to get you back under control, basically, in simple terms.
Yeah, I think out of the second chicane, I'll come out there in second. By the time I get to Bybrook, I'm nearly on the limit in fourth. And that's even with the Bybrook chicane in. So, and
that's a really tight one, isn't it? Bybrook?
Yeah, first gear. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, fair play. I know you mentioned bumps. We've got to remind you they're undulations here at Castle.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I mean, is that because we get TT riders coming and testing here before the Isle of Man TT, don't we? But does that make it harder, or does it just make it more exciting? Or both?
It makes the setup of the bike more challenging. Because, like I said, there's nowhere really load the front of the bike up. So you want a softer bike, but you want something that's going to be able to track the bump, so you can't go too soft. So you need to try and find a happy medium between everything. Like same with the rear, you want the rear to track the bumps, not just slap up the face of them or the undulation. Sorry, you want them to track it all, but still have enough support that it doesn't spin too much on the exits.
Of course.
So again, happy medium, trying to find that little bit is definitely hard work.
And of course, the year that you broke the lap record, 2024. Was the second year after it had been re-tarmacked and a little bit of reprofiling on the first of the chicane spaces.
Yeah.
And that presumably, therefore, is what made it, possible to go just that quick. And I've heard that you're like 2 seconds quicker than anybody who's gone round here.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
So the resurfacing did help. There was it was like a washboard sort of bump through the left of the first chicane, which just gave you a little bit of chatter. But since they've resurfaced it, you can run through it a little bit quicker. But obviously with the technology of the bikes and everything else now, and obviously I'm on a superbike, so it's got the different swinging arm, the better brakes, and all the top level stuff, which obviously plays a massive factor into it as well.
Absolutely. So I've got the time as 106.6, and I think 108, no one else has gone below 108 in reality, which is phenomenal. And of course, you won the King of Combe in that 2024. Yes. I'm saying that loud, so Max, you know, that was the year that he didn't win it, wasn't it? We gotta let him have it. Yeah. But, you know, even he was saying about the fact that nobody can get near to that time. No wonder that you won King of Combe. I'm going to quickly be cheeky. Are we going to see you back at Combe this year?
I'd like to. It's just all depending if I can get a bike.
Okay.
Because obviously I don't own a race bike or anything like that.
Of course.
So if I can get a bike or do something like that, then yes, you'll see me. But if not, I'll be here anyway, watching, supporting the circuit and all of that. Because I'm only 40 minutes down the road. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so it's not exactly far for me. So
I love that you'll still be here watching. Yeah. That's really, really cool. I mean, it's such a great race weekend, isn't it? Yeah. The bike weekend here. And the banks are always full.
Always. Yeah, it's fantastic to see the place so busy.
Yeah, I agree. Some people may look at that time, 106, and compare it to the car time, but of course, they don't have Bybrook chicane.
No.
And Max and I were chatting and reckon if you remove that, there's got to be 4 or 5 seconds quicker at least.
Yeah,
possibly
probably
more, because you're going to be quicker up the straight and up Avon Rise.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm not too sure I want to be going any faster through Folly and up Avon.
Oh, really?
It's scary enough as it is. I mean,
well, I was going to ask that question. On two wheels, what are the most exciting parts and the most scary parts on Combe? And I think you alluded to it.
Folly and up to Avon Rise is scary, but is most exciting at the same
time. Really?
Yeah. Just because you go through there flat to the stop in sixth and you're sideways. As soon as you tip in, obviously the rev, you go onto the side of the tyre, the revs pick up, and then you start spinning, and you're just doing one big slide all the way up the hill.
That's just bonkers. That really is just incredible. Well, I've got to ask as well, is that Avon Rise, obviously it's famously up over the hump. Do you brake fully afterwards, or do you need to do a little bit before the rise? Forgive my ignorance on race bikes.
I normally flat out all the way up over the top of Avon Rise and past it and then brake.
Wow. Presumably the age-old thing, you've still got to get yourself in a straight line.
Yeah, so you sort of come out close to the white line on the right-hand side and then point yourself in as straight as line as you can after Avon Rise towards Quarry.
That must be adrenaline going through the roof on that one.
Yeah, I think in 24 we looked at the data and we're doing about 185, 190 mile an hour over Avon Rise.
God, that's just incredible. Do you get air over Avon Rise and not Quarry?
No, not over Avon Rise. Like your bum goes a bit light in the seat, but the wheels stay on the floor.
Well, that's another story though, isn't it? Yeah. The bum's very lively, but no. Okay, so that I've always wondered, because some of the cars can really go light, and you make a mistake if you try to brake whilst you're light. You don't want to do that. Presumably the same in a bike. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Then obviously you're back on the power out of Quarry Corner. You're down the straight.
Yeah.
Then it's the retarmac, reprofiled Esses, the first chicane. That's got quite quick, isn't it? That one.
It's second gear still. But again, you don't. Yes, you brake quite hard for it, but you don't at the same time. You sort of use quite a lot of roll speed through there.
Okay.
Because it tightens up on the exit, so it goes in quite open, and sort of the track carries on. Because you need to carry on turning for the next right. So you tend to just use the roll speed, so you're not on the edge of the tyre so much. You've got less chance of spinning. Right,
got you. And of course, that next right-hander, Old Paddock, that presumably is just accelerating all the way through it.
Sort of, yeah. You sort of accelerate to it and then roll to a neutral point in the throttle. You don't shut completely. You roll to, say, 40% throttle and just hold it, and then you get on the throttle on the way out.
Fine.
Because otherwise you'll be out on the grass and end up in...
And then, of course, what's it called now? Howard's Way now, isn't it? The left kink.
Yeah.
Down to what was Tower and is now Gooch's. I'm still getting used to these changes. That left kink of Howard's Way, presumably that's flat.
Yeah, well, there is a undulation on the left of...
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the first year I came here, it nearly sent me to the moon. Because obviously, first year on Superbike here, I've only ever ridden a 600 here before.
Yeah.
And the Moto 3... a couple of years back now. But you don't feel them on those sort of level of bikes. But now you got 230 horsepower at your right hand with no traction or anything like that. It hits that and it spins and it kicks you out the seat through the left.
Wow. I had no idea about that. I'm going to be watched. Presumably you just tried to miss it now.
Well, you get on the rear brake and pull the rear of the bike in to keep it settled.
Oh, right. So you can't miss the undulation.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Gooch's is, what's that like on a bike? Because that can be quite challenging in cars, I know.
I do know I've broke my foot there in the past in 2019. That wasn't great.
Oh, wow.
But it's one of those corners, it's off camber. You don't really have a braking reference or anything like that. It's because it's quite open on the way in. It's a tricky corner, but it's not the hardest corner on the road, if you know what I mean.
But you don't, presumably on a bike, you don't double apex that one?
No, you sort of go in and just hug it all the way around.
Okay, fine. Then there's a squirt on the power before we get to the second
out to the white line, almost on the grass.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side.
And Bobbies, the middle apex, it's quite a dip into that, isn't it? Does that unsettle you in the bike?
No, you can use that to your advantage, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get on the gas harder because the track's coming at you. You can load the bike up and get it to sort of hook and turn easier.
So you're on that power nice and early, you then come flying down to the first gear, Bybrook chicane. I can almost imagine with the speed and flow of everything else, it's kind of quite an annoying chicane, that one.
To be fair, I'm quite thankful it's there because it is scary fast otherwise going into the last corner. So, yeah, it is. Yes, it's a bit nadgery, but I'm glad it's there for the bike.
Which is why it was put in there, wasn't it? Coming into camp flat would be...
Yeah, if you get it right, you can graze your shoulder along the barrier.
Really?
And that's when you know you've got it right. You graze your left shoulder and then clip the right curve on the way out.
Love it. I absolutely love that. 106.6. Can that be beaten, or do you think that's maxed?
Oh, no, it can be beaten.
Really?
100%, yeah. Yeah, on that lap, there's a few mistakes that I made going a bit deep here and there. I think if I had another good go at it with my race bike from this year, the Tag Honda, I think we could possibly do a high five.
Wow. I was like equally looking at Max's face at that as well.
High five with the right tyres in and like a good solid day of setup.
Wow. What and talking about a good day of setup as well is that I know from the commentary box invariably when you have people deliberately trying to go for lap records, the weather has to be just so as well. What is just so on the bike for you to try and do that? I mean, obviously dry, we know that one, but can it be too hot or too cold?
Yeah, no, so it can be too hot, the track becomes greasy.
Yeah.
And the air is obviously too warm. So then that obviously takes power away from the bike. So you want a good dry day, about 20 degrees, cool air, but track temperature warm. So you want the sun out to warm the track up, but you want a cool breeze to keep the engine is firing the best it can, because obviously an engine likes colder air. That gives you more power. So yeah, it'd have to be spot on.
Everyone will be doing keeping an eye on the weather then when next time we see you up here in one of those. Obviously that circumstance has to come in whether we see you on one of those bikes again. Talking of it, you mentioned Tag. That's the new team this year after, what was it, 4 years with Hawk Racing?
Yeah, it was 4 years with Hawk Racing, but yeah, I've moved to Tag Honda. Fantastic team. Obviously, I've known them since I was about 2 years old.
Really?
Yeah, because they used to run their own mini motor championship, believe it or not. And my brother used to race in that said championship. So I've known them since day dot, really, and it's sort of like full circle.
Yeah.
Gone back into the team. And
that's nice. I mean, I'd imagine it was probably quite hard leaving a team you've been with for 4 years, but there's an emotional pull there that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it was time for me to leave. I think I needed a change. The team needed a change from Hawk Racing, and the opportunity that came up with Tag, I sort of couldn't say no to.
Yeah.
Like I did have a few other offers, but I wanted to go with Tag. I loved the Robin, Tracy, Chicken. And Sean. I love the whole family. They're fantastic. So.
Oh, that's really nice. That means it's more than just a team.
Yeah.
Still a Honda though.
Yeah, still a Honda.
Is that your belief? That's your passion is the Honda?
No, not necessarily. Don't get me wrong. The Honda's a very good bike. It's proving a little bit hard for it in BSB at the moment.
Because the Ducatis
reason.
Are dominating.
Yeah,
aren't they?
The Ducatis have taken another step. Don't get me wrong. Look, I'm going faster everywhere on the Honda. It's just not fast enough.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. So, yeah, no, the Ducatis are taking it another level. But we'll get there with Honda. It's a little bit more of a way round, but we will get there with it.
And the way you mentioned that, it sort of sounds like you get to not just race, but you're part of a development program.
Absolutely, yeah.
That must be fun as well.
I love developing the bike, because 1 millimeter can be the difference between the bike feeling good and it feeling not.
Really?
It can be down to as little as that.
Wow. That's incredible. Fair play. So you've got the mechanical mind as well.
Yeah, I've always had it, even from day dot. I've always liked the mechanics and stuff like that. And
always getting your hands dirty.
Yeah, the workings of it all.
I like that. That's really cool. BSB Knock Hill this weekend. Obviously, that date's when we're recording this now.
Yep.
But how you feeling that? I mean, that's a challenging circuit by the looks of it for a layman like me.
Oh, it's hard work. It's 47 seconds of just beating your body.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really undulating, that thing.
Yeah, you take off over the start line, then you got some bumps on the way into turn one that kicks the rear up. It's just non-stop, and I think it's a 30-lap race round there or something like that. So it is just go, 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 go.
Wow. How do you think you'll do? How do you think you and the bike?
Good. The weather's looking a bit questionable, so the team have got a fantastic setup in the rain. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see what we can do.
Well, best of luck with that one then. Any rounds this year that you're particularly looking forward to? Circuits, I guess.
Assen and Thruxton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Assen is fantastic. The people over in Netherlands and the town in the actual Assen town, the circuit's fantastic. Everyone's just so friendly. I love it over there.
Wow.
And Thruxton is 15 minutes from my house, so.
Of course.
And
that's fast on there in those bikes.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it's great.
Although it's interesting, it's fast until you get to that last chicane at the end of the lap.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, no, we're doing 200 on the way up to the last chicane. Wow. Yeah, so not far from up into Quarry.
Yeah, but into a chicane at that. Yeah. That's incredible. And I love the fact there wasn't even a pause. It's like, yep, these two. That's the
absolutely, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Nah.
You mentioned, and apologies, I'm going to go back over this, but the Ducatis have done something that's put them really strong place, which I guess that's motorsport, is that things come and go. Is it insurmountable this year? Or are you starting to actually develop ready for next year because you go, look, they've gone, or is it? Do you think you can get the better of them this year? And that's not you. I'm talking about the bike, obviously.
I think it's going to be difficult. Because if you look at any other manufacturer that's not a Ducati, it seems to be struggling,
right?
To not keep up with them, but to do what they're doing. But yeah, who knows? Some circuits suit different bikes. Thruxton seems to suit the Honda, where it's fast and flowing.
Okay.
But with this new Ducati, it might suit that a little bit more now. It's got the twin swinging arm. Like, it's not single-sided anymore. So who knows? Every track we go to is a sort of wait and find out,
right?
Sort of thing.
Especially as you don't even get testing at Thruxton, do you?
No.
Hence, it's good coming here, I guess.
Yeah. It's fantastic coming here. Yeah.
So make sure you convince Tag.
Yeah, I'm going to try to,
here.
but I doubt it. I doubt it. but I'll have a word.
Yeah.
See if I can make a deal with Rob.
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching, Rob.
Yeah.
That's what wants to happen.
Got a deal for you.
Yeah, 25th, 26th of July. He wants to be here on it. Obviously, you are here today. What's your involvement with MPS?
Yeah, so MPS MPS Motorsport is a personal sponsor of mine. And they obviously set this up last year. They did a couple of track days last year. And they invited me along to help to do all the free tuition and stuff like this. So anyone who was here booked on can just walk into the garage and say, "Can you come teach me?" That's my job. I go out, teach them, help them out as best as I can. Even if they don't want me to go out on track with them, I can do some static stuff in the garage, just body position stuff, and because sometimes it's easier to talk through it. Yeah. And show someone on a bike and then trying to explain it to them and then go do it without showing them visually at a static point. Yeah. So.
Wow. Yeah. And that's going to be pretty cool for the people that are coming, is that with the BSB rider and all of that. I mean, it amazes me just listening to you explain it. There's that much that you can pass on to people out here. That just is incredible. Fair play. I mean, what would you expect? Presumably, do you do the age-old thing of just try to work on a couple of bits with them? Because I've watched coaches do too much.
Yeah, no. So I'd try and get the basics down. Yeah. You know, it's like if we do more than one session, like sometimes what I say to them in the first session, then it needs to take them the rest of the day to try and get their head around it. So I don't try and overload them. Or anything like that. It's get the basics down, or if they've got the basics, and then I can, like, you need to go wider here, or, you know, you need to maybe brake here, but not as hard, or, you know, you run it a little bit more mid-speed. There's bits like that I can do after, but the main thing is to get the basics down. You know, get your body in the right position, make the bike work for you, not the bike work against you.
Yes, yeah.
So.
Do you enjoy doing?
I do, I love it.
Yeah, I asked because I could tell.
Job anyway.
Well, there is that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the answer might not be what I expected to be, but did the young version of you ever think that you would be here racing in superbikes, doing coaching like this, that people are there listening to your advice? Would the young version of you have ever believed that?
I think so, just because this is what I've always wanted to do.
Tunnel vision.
This is what I've wanted my life to be like, and I've worked really hard to try and get in the position I am today. So.
Wow. Well,
I didn't want to sound like cocky or anything like that.
No, it's not.
This is what I've always wanted, this lifestyle. So.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was cocky in the slightest. It was like great to see that tunnel vision. I mean, what would your advice be to, I mean, let's make it really obvious, go to the youngsters that of maybe starting to get into it. Would you, I mean, certainly that tunnel vision sounds like something that you would advise. Yeah,
no, just keep your head down, focus. Don't listen to your mates when they're going out on the push bikes, or you're going out late at night with your schoolmates causing trouble. Just ignore all of it. If racing is what you want to do, you need to be 110% from day one.
And what is that 110%? I mean, I'm guessing fitness,
eating healthy. You know, it's the obvious, but minimal, if not no drinking, no drugs, just clean, athletic sort of lifestyle.
But what about then mastering the actual riding? Because I'd imagine at a young age, your opportunities are relatively limited, or am I wrong on that?
There's a place up the road called M4 Karting.
Yes. The mini motors.
The mini motors.
Yeah.
Seat time's key. I even still really ride mini motors even to this day.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they always amaze me. I'm like thinking, me at 6'3" and no longer built like a racing snake. I'm thinking, I'm not sure I would get on one of those things.
Well, I've seen 7-foot rugby players get on them before.
Really?
Now, yeah. I mean, they did look a little bit stupid, but they got on and rode them, and they were absolutely fine.
And as the bike went past, you go, get off.
Yeah.
Get off.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, no, it's good for flexibility. It's good to keep your mind sharp, and you're riding and having fun. So every time you get on the bike, you're learning something new anyway.
Because they've got championships on those.
Yeah, fab racing. Yeah, they got even adults ride them.
Really?
Outdoors, yeah.
Because you've got to be constant. I mean, that's your training, isn't it? That you out on track as much as you can.
Yeah.
And that you can do. What age are you able to then get out onto a full bike, big bike and out onto a circuit?
Max? 13.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, when I was younger, I got on track days at 12.
Wow, really?
Yeah, just because I had a ACU license at the time, but now the age limit's been upped, hasn't it? So
30.
I had granddad rights at that time because that's what it was before the new rules came in. So
okay, fair enough. What's your opinion on that? Do you think that's the right age?
Yeah, it's definitely it's not a bad thing at all.
Doesn't stunt anyone's potential.
No, not really. No, because
you could still be doing the mini motos younger than that, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, nine times out of 10, they move up a year too early anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they still need that year of development on the small circuits. The change of direction is so key, especially on a big bike.
Wow.
Fighting the bike, battling that racecraft, everything is vital.
So what is that crossover from the mini bikes up to what would you be advising someone does? I mean, track days by the sounds of it, start getting out on those or something?
Yeah, no, so...
You've got all that learning that you were talking about. How does someone now transition from mini up to full?
So obviously North Gloss Racing.
Yep.
They're a fantastic club. They've got the limited Moto 4s. And that class in the 80cc's, that's a good stepping stone from the mini bikes to the big circuits, because it's restricted power. You're on a bigger bike, you're on the bigger circuits, but you can't get yourself in too much trouble, if you know what I mean. So that I would say is probably your best bet. Okay.
Fair dues. And be patient. And
be patient, learn. Yeah. It will come.
Yeah, just be an absolute sponge and learn everything thrown at you. And I guess that's why it's really good that you're here doing days like today as well then. Do you do anything else? Like, is there racing schools for bikes?
No, not really.
So track days is the option with coaching on them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just suddenly wondered that because in four wheels we get some, don't we?
Yeah.
But, okay. Would you encourage people to get involved in bike racing?
Absolutely. There's no feeling like it. No feeling like it in the world.
I can imagine. But then you guys are a different breed. I've got to be honest. I've got to ask a question. This is a really stupid one, but it's one that's always been in my head. I heard that bike racers learn to fall.
Yes.
Because you need to keep injuries to a minimum.
Yeah, no, when I was younger, I was... gymnastics, heavily into gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then I stopped that because they wanted me to stop racing, and I told them to bugger off, basically. But anyway, and then I went out to Spain and raced in the World Junior Championship, and they took us to a proper gymnastics gym, and we spent a week learning how to fall.
Wow. So is that true?
We were jumping off 6-foot high things, onto like the springboard floor that they have, and landing and doing all sorts.
Wow. I genuinely didn't realize it was as true as that.
Oh, yeah, no.
But because you watch the bike riders when they come off and they look like a rag doll, but it's like, but you have to because you've got to be loose. Whereas the
more relaxed you are, the better.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you might get a bit more battered, but it's better than a broken bone.
Yeah.
As soon as you tense, you
got more chance of breaking, yeah. The other one as well is that obviously car racers find they're going, oh my God, that's just bonkers, going into a corner, leaning in like that. But I've heard that bike racers think it's nuts that cars, when you go around a corner, you're leaning the other way.
No, I've done a track day here with RA Performance in his R8. And I'm a bad passenger anyway. But it was great fun, and it didn't really sort of freak me out or anything like that. No. I've worked in go-kart centres and stuff like that.
True.
For 10 years almost, when I was younger.
Any excuse to be able to get on there in the
pretty much. Yeah, no, because I left school at 15 because they kicked me out because I was riding in World Junior Championship. So I was never there, really. I was in Spain for a month, back for a couple of weeks, back out to Spain.
Right.
So I left school at 15. So then I just went straight to work at the kart centre. And because obviously I grew up at M4 karting.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and that is literally just the other side of
the other side
17.
of the motorway,
Yeah. Okay, cool. I do love that place. It's a really good place, that one as well. Both karts and the mini bikes.
Yeah.
Not that I've been on the mini bikes, but
they do pit bike night there as well.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that as well. Fair play. The big one then is that we're just going to wait to find out if you're coming back to the King of Combe. I'm going to make an assumption that the defending champ's not going to be there, sadly, as he's there with a leg up over there.
Might have to nick your bike.
Yeah. Good arrows. I like that call. But it would be so good to see you back here again. And obviously it's really cool to hear that you'll be back to support at the very least. Yeah,
if I'm not riding, I'll be here anyway.
Just suddenly another question that came to mind. What's still to be achieved in your racing career?
British champion.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to be British champion.
Not looking at worlds?
No, not really. I love BSB and I love the way it's ran, and you know, it's the best domestic championship in the world.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, with the manufacturers, with the support that you get from the championship, everything, it's the best there is. So,
which I think that there's a lesson for people to have is to be true to your goals, or true with your goals, I mean, because it would almost be, hence I asked that question, is that you go, well, surely you want to go to the Worlds. It's like, no, that isn't necessarily the default right way to go. No. And it's so good to hear you saying that BSB is the best. I'd always perceived that.
Yeah.
And it's good to hear that is. Listen, it's been amazing to catch up with you, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well done on that lap record. I want to see if we can get you down in a 105.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be so good. We'll hype that up when we find out when you are racing in a bike that's obviously capable of doing that. It'll be hyping that up. I guess the crowd will just be like enjoying watching that and supporting you for it. But best of luck at Knock Hill this weekend.
Thank you very much.
And the rest of the season. And hopefully we'll catch up with you again.
Perfect.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
So there we go. Charlie Nesbitt. What a great Combe TV. I wonder if we can see him break that record. We'll see you next time. Cheers.